Hi everyone, happy Sunday. I just came to downtown San Jose and I'm going to visit the campus, and it's right over here. If I can just show you guys, let me see the camera. Weird how my phone is not allowing me to flip it, but just wanted to come on here real quick and share something, because I said I made a video. Oh, and the brightness on here. Anyway, it's there's that. Okay, so I just came on. I wanted to come on here real quick and share something that, because I made 2 videos recently on trauma and what those are. So this next one is gonna be part 3, and then the next video that's gonna follow after this is gonna be how to clean up all that trauma, right? So what's PTSD? And I was thinking about this because I was thinking, do I want to have a marker board? Do I want to have all the research and have all the definitions and all the scientific? But then I thought, no, I'm just gonna talk from my own experience, from what I know. It's first of all, before I go into PTSD and the definition and all this stuff, I want to just talk about our nervous system. Our nervous system is how we feel certain things. If I'm touching here, my nervous system feels it. Or if someone hugs me, I feel the warmth. It's just if there's a threat, if an example is when I was in Wyoming, I was working out at the gym, and then I'm leaving the gym. It was late at night, and I'm crossing the street. And when I have the right of way as the pedestrian to cross the street, and it's cold in Wyoming. So I'm crossing the street, and I just reacted on instinct because I feel something coming toward me on my right side. I put my hand up, and the front of the car that has the logo of what kind of car it is, my hand touches that, and it's a big truck that's coming toward me. And I just reacted putting my hand up, and then I finished crossing the street because the car stopped. But if I didn't put my hand up, I just turned my face, and I just quickly reacted like that, like cat-like reflexes, like a goalkeeper. And then I crossed the street, and the guy was, some stupid person. He said it's all my fault, but I told him I had the right of way, and he didn't take any accountability. I kid you not. Even as I'm walking away, he's like, remember, this was your fault. And he's the guy with the big truck, and I'm the pedestrian. But that's an example of my nervous system quickly reacted, to, oh, shoot, car. I just turned and I saw, and I just quickly, so. And that comes from just experience, and because in the work I do is technical, and just being aware and taking my time. And I think so it's about knowing, oh, there's a threat. If you even watch the Will Smith slap on Chris Rock, when Will Smith slaps Chris Rock, you could see Chris Rock's arm go up. You could see his arm go up a little bit. He's he's gonna defend himself or do something, but he doesn't. And then it's and it's just it's when there's a threat. So, and the same thing is when something gives you emotional pain and distress, it has an effect on you. It's I talk about experiences that are locked in our head and locked in our minds. And it's I talked about my friend who, had a drug addicted parents, and the dad was on drugs. And when I raised my voice, my friend pushed me out the door. And then that other friend who was referee that day, as I mentioned in my communication is a team effort video, pushed me out the door. So that's an example of what she proposes as a threat. When a man or a guy raises his voice, she feels, oh shoot, it's taking me back to my childhood. That pain has come back, and so I'm pushing it away. And it goes back to the other thing I talked about, which is somebody that you really care about, that has whose vindication matters to. There's people talking about somebody whose vindication matters to you, approval matters to you. Is not giving you undivided attention and respect, that hurts. So then it's whatever the case is. I mentioned in another video, my ex-girlfriend cut me out because I wasn't prioritizing the FaceTimes, and she felt hurt. So it's an example of someone like myself that meant a lot to her, wasn't giving her enough attention, pushes me out, and there are people talking over me. But so I just wanted to, so now that I mentioned those things, it's all about what your nervous system perceives as a threat. And even if you watch Rocky 5, which is where this necklace was inspired by, Rocky, there's a scene where Tommy turns his back on Rocky and he's like, Tommy, don't sell out to Duke. And when Tommy speeds up in the car, the speed of the car takes Rocky back to the fight with Drago, where Drago punches him in the head. And it's that's a PTSD moment. And I'll probably show that at the end of this video. I tried to find that clip on YouTube where it shows the flashback of Rocky going back and it shows Drago punching him, and then Adrian comes with his coat. Rocky, put your coat on. It's like that part of the clip does not show. It just shows Tommy speeding up, but it cuts off at the part where it cuts off there, but not at the part where Rocky gets the flashback of the PTSD moment. So so what I'm doing is giving you the science behind it, because it would have been easy for me to be like, oh, PTSD, post-traumatic stress, but what is it? And it's the nervous system. It's what stress happens on the body, because stress happens in the body. Like, so my friend, when I raised her voice, it took her back, pushed Josh out the window. The stress that happened in her body was, oh, there's a threat. I'm getting yelled at by a man, even though he's my good friend. I feel really hurt that someone really close to me, whose vindication matters to me, is hurting me, and then I'm gonna push him out the door. So it's like, those things affect inside our body, how we feel and how we react to stress. Just like the car coming and almost hitting me in Wyoming, that big truck. I saw the car coming, I put my hand up and I touched the logo of the car, but if I didn't, I would have been probably hit and I would have been seriously hurt. Maybe I wouldn't even be here today. So it's you know, it's just, and that happened, you know, 2 months ago, but it's like, you know, when I was in Wyoming. So the point is that it's so now that I went over those things, I'm going to go over in the next video now that I've mentioned all the levels of trauma, how can we clean that up? How can we come clean and not have that on us anymore? Because I feel, like I said, our experiences are not just for us, but to inspire and help other people. So that's why I make these videos. And so like I said, that, you know, a lot of the time people, like my friend who I mentioned, there's traffic, you know, my friend who I mentioned, who had a drug-addicted parent, had a lot of problems that pushed me out the door. She never really went head-on with her issues. I used to tell her, let's do yoga together. Let's do some stretching, you know, because I told her, like, before I even mentioned that, I told her, listen, like, you have a lot of trauma and stress from your past with your father. You should try to go get help and go to therapy and like do some form of like body meditation or stretching or something. She didn't. You know, I do stretching for the sake of fitness, but, you know, with a lot of the yoga poses that I do, I feel less stressed and I feel more relaxed. So she's like, no, Josh, I don't got a problem. I don't need a therapist. I don't need to do anything. I'm cleansed of all my problems. Big mistake. I should have kept the distance from her, because in the end, look what happened. I got on the worst of it. And so it's, so knowing all this, because we all have trauma and things going on inside, but it's all about, are we willing to face that head on and find a solution instead of just running away from the situation, avoiding people that used to be our friends. Like what she did, instead of facing her problems and issues, she pushed me out the door. But and now what she's doing today is the same nonsense when I first met her. And it's like, she just keeps running away from the issues, keeps running away from the problem. Don't ever avoid your problems, guys. Always look to solving it. It's like not cleaning your desk in your house. Like, you have a lot of papers and everything on your desk. If you don't clean it, it's gonna add up and pile up, and then you have to one day face it eventually. It's gonna be a big problem. And it's like, it's better to face it sooner than later. And it's not just you that gets affected. It's other people that want your light, that want your help, that want to be inspired by you. But you're not there to inspire them and give your best because you're not in the right state of mind, or you push them out the door. I think my friend that pushed me out the door with her issues from her past, you know, she wanted to be a lawyer. She told me she had ambitions to be a lawyer or a guidance counselor to help students, but present day, and go get her master's and everything. And you know, now she's not doing any of those things. And, you know, and it's just that, you know, my friend who was the follower that day, the referee, he also had ambitions to go to graduate school, and they all put those two friends, really, those are of all my friends, like, those are like, there are 3 friends that really pushed me to go do more schooling. And out of those 3, those two were one of the two, and they have a lot of issues and problems. And they, you know, the friend who was the follower, the crowd and everything, like, he drinks and does stupid things, and it's like he has different girlfriends, and it's like he has serious problems and he refuses to speak to me, like I mentioned. And I'm not here to come on and bash. I didn't mention anybody's name, but I'm just saying, like, this is an example of when you don't heal from your trauma and you don't face it head on in your problems, what ends up happening is it shows up in other ways of drinking, drugs, sex, you know, inappropriate things. And it's like, because as human beings, when we're sad and depressed, what do we crave? Happiness. We want to feel good again. We want to feel good. So people reach for food. We reach for candy. We reach for sex. We reach for drugs. Things that'll give us a good time to feel better, which is not the solution. because then because you're just running away from the trauma. You're trying to numb it, but instead of actually looking into it and facing it head on, like tearing a bandage off a wound that never got the proper medication to heal underneath the bandage. So instead of healing from it, you just keep taking pain meds, but you need to face it head on, find a solution, right? So I'm just coming on here to not only reveal the third part of part 3 of my trauma videos of the series I was making, but also a little bit of deep diving into what PTSD is and what stress is and what trauma is. You know, there's also a thing where, like, you know, stress has an effect on our nervous system. It's like an example. I'm a professional and I'm working and I got rent to pay and bills. But when I was a student here at San Jose State, which we're actually here, you know, we're close, so we're by the library and I could see the screen for the production they're having. When I was a student at San Jose State and I was in college, I didn't have as much stress as I thought I did. But being a student, you know, yeah, I was working, yeah, I was paying bills, but it's like you know, when you're living with your parents and you're a student, your stress is not going to be as much as a professional who's living on their own and paying their rent for their apartments and everything. And, you know, you're building your career and you're working really hard and, you know, you have to pay your own grocery bill. And it's like, be mindful that stress has an effect on our nervous system, and our nervous system plays a factor on how we behave and how we perform. That's why some people, when they're under stress, they take it out on people they don't want to take it out on. Like, I'm having such a bad day at work, so I yelled at my best friend today, or I came home from work, I'm tired, I'm stressed, and then I yelled at my significant other. And it's like, that's why, you know, it's not good. That's why there's always a way to handle stress. Before you're about to react from a stressful situation in a negative way outside your character, take your time and process what you're feeling, process the situation. As I mentioned in my previous video, how to see the big picture better, be aware. Like, okay, I'm under a lot of stress, I know I'm stressed out. I'm feeling angry and frustrated. How can I make sure that, what do I need to do to solve this situation? Oh shoot, I'm in the presence of my friends here. I don't want to be rude to them. I don't want to be grumpy. Do I need to take time away to go and address my stress, or go and address because you don't want to, because energy is something that we all take from each other. Like right now I'm filming this video, my hope is someone takes a good thing away from my video. But if I was grumpy and pissed off and being rude and being bad, you guys would not get good energy from me. So like, maybe I'll make more videos on this later on, like about, you know, giving good energy or something. But I feel like I've hit on a lot of the important things that gives you guys watching this video perspective what PTSD is and stress. So now that I've revealed in 3 videos about stress and PTSD and all this, now and trauma, now in the next video I'm going to talk about solutions and how can we solve this, how can we heal from trauma, what do we do. So this one is like geared to everybody, so be aware on the next video. It's going to come up and it's going to help everybody, and hope this helps somebody. And remember something, healing is a journey, healing is a process. So don't feel it's going to happen in a week. It's a process, and it takes consistent effort and dedication of you wanting to be the best version of yourself, not just for you, but for others that look up to you, that you want to be a light for. Because I feel like my friend pushing me out the door, and I remember all the good times we had, all the great conversations, that was a reflection of what she's capable of doing if she overcomes her obstacles. She had the ability to be one of the best leaders and best people I ever knew, that inspires and helps students and is a light for others. But she never overcame her trauma and problems, and now she's just living life of nonsense. And, you know, it's like of sleeping around and never taking ownership of her trauma and what she wants to do. And it's just, I feel sorry for her. And it's just, but I'm here as a friend always if she wants to reconnect, and as a life coach and as a communication professional, I'm always here. And so it's just, that's just what I want to share. And hopefully, like, you know, like I said, trauma is a journey, so take your time, take ownership of it. It's gonna be okay. And here's a clip from Rocky 5 where Rocky tells Tommy not to sell out. And at the end, watch the clip all the way to the end where Rocky says to Tommy, and the car speeds away, and Rocky gets that PTSD flashback of Drago punching him because of the speed of the car. So I wasn't able to find the full video, and I don't have a YouTube Premium just yet. YouTube Premium allows me to download YouTube videos. I have YouTube Premium Lite, so I don't have Premium just yet, so because I'm not using the downloaded feature on my videos, but I'm now thinking about using it more often. So here's a screen record of a clip from Rocky 5 where Rocky tells Tommy don't sell out, and at the end you'll see the PTSD moment where the car speeds off and Rocky gets the flashback of Drago punching him in the head, and then Adrian comes and Rocky, put your coat on. So here's a clip from Rocky 5. Hope this video helps someone. Enjoy the clip, and see you in the next video.
Tommy, why did you bring him here?
He just wanted to come by. Rocky, mind if I talk to you outside about a few things?
Oh, yeah, sure.
It's getting late. We have to be there by 10. Rocky.
No, that's okay. Hey, Tommy, what do you want to talk to me about?
Isn't it a long drive?
Yeah. So, what do you think?
Well, where'd you get this from?
Dude gave it to me.
Tommy?
Hey, you know, maybe you want to give this thing back, you know, Tom?
And I knew it. I knew you were going to say that. Give it back? Why? I mean, the guy likes the way I fight.
It's almost 10.
All right, we'll make it.
Yeah, I know, but, you know, you see what he's doing here, Tommy. Hey, don't let him put nothing between us, okay? We got something good going.
Put like what? I mean, the guy was just talking about getting a shot.
Well, we don't need him, you know what I mean? I mean, you're going to get a shot, you're going to be able to buy 10 of these things here.
Rock, when you going to wake up, man? We're watching the parade go by.
What parade? What are you talking about?
The
What
big
parade?
time. Man, the way I'm going, I'm not going to get a shot at the title for a long time.
Listen, Tom.
Man, I've got a perfect record. I'm 22-0. Where's the money? Where? Man, we haven't made any serious money yet. And we won't without the man.
I ain't talking about the money. Look, the money is gonna be there, but I'm talking about your rep, Tommy. Don't sell out. We don't need this guy.
Listen, Duke is a wonderful man. Put the top off.
Hey, forget about the top, would you? I'm signing papers with the man tomorrow.
Oh, listen to me, Tommy. You sign them papers, you're like his property, so you got no control. You know, this is a dirty business. It's full of these thieves and gangsters, you know, and they promise every good young fighter who comes along, they promise them the world, and they take him, and they suck him dry, and they leave him when they ain't worth nothing. They leave him in the gutter broke, Tommy. That's the way this business is run. Look, the guy's like Duke. You know what he is? He's a vampire. He's living off your blood, Tommy. You know, the thing I'm trying to do is what Mick done to me. He tried to keep me away from the dirty part of the business. The way I'm trying to do for you.
Man, I ain't you, and you ain't Mick. Man, when are you gonna understand that? When are you gonna understand that this is a business? And a business you need...
What, brains?
You said that, not me.
Is that what you're saying? You're saying I got no brains?
Look, Rocky, you took me as far as you could, but Duke gave me my title shot. You didn't. And if you want to keep training me, then do it. If you don't, don't. But it's my way, it's the highway.
Rocky! Put on your coat. Just put on your coat.
Hope you enjoyed that video. Like and subscribe.